Hello, I'm Emily Sherrod. It's Saturday, February 22nd. Here's a look at the top stories from your trusted local news source. Gender identity may soon be removed as a protected class from the Iowa Civil Rights Act. Currently, the law protects transgender Iowans from discrimination in areas like employment, housing, and credit. Now, the law goes much further than prior attempts to remove civil rights protections for transgender Iowans. In addition to removing legal protections, it changes the definition of sex and gender in the code to be either male or female and what's assigned at birth. Transgender people also wouldn't be allowed to change the gender listed on their birth certificate. Republican State Representative Steve Holt of Denison is the bill's author. He says it's needed to preserve laws Iowa has passed that bans minors from getting sex reassignment surgery, bans students from using restrooms that align with their gender identity, and prevent transgender girls from competing in female sports.
We're the only state that has that in place, but also has gender identity as protected class in Iowa code. And legal experts tell us that those things cannot cohabitate for very long because they conflict.
Keenan Crow with One Iowa, an LGBTQ advocacy group, says that this is the worst bill he's seen come out of the legislature. He says it'll impact transgender Iowans' ability to access credit, get hotel rooms, and find a place to rent.
All of those things are currently protected under the Civil Rights Act, but if this is removed, then people can discriminate against those folks and they can deny them that credit card. They can deny them that apartment rental simply on the basis that they are or are perceived to be transgender.
So far, one Republican state representative, Austin Harris, has publicly come out against the bill. Harris is the only openly gay Republican legislator in Iowa. In a social media post, Harris says, quote, "I will oppose stripping Iowans of their civil rights protections with every fiber of my being." Holt says he expects there to be a subcommittee for the bill next week. That's the first step in the legislative process. The Scott County Attorney is asking a state board for advice on a criminal report on a deadly building collapse. For now, the results of the report are being kept confidential. The report details the criminal investigation the Iowa DCI conducted after the partial collapse of the Davenport in May of 2023. 3 people died in the building collapse and dozens of others lost their homes. The Scott County Attorney relied on the report when she decided not to file any criminal charges. Now she has asked the Iowa Public Information Board to weigh in on whether this is a public record. A Decorah teacher is facing a felony charge after police say he had an inappropriate relationship with a student. Police arrested 48-year-old Dustin Bliven last weekend. Officers say someone contacted them with concerns about a relationship between Bliven and a student. Bliven is charged with sexual exploitation by a school employee. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison. Research funding through the National Institutes of Health is safe for now. A federal judge has extended an order blocking a cap on payments. The Trump administration proposed a widespread cuts to the NIH research budget. This would impact research universities and medical schools across the country. The University of Iowa would lose more than $33 million in funding if these cuts happen. Now, a temporary restraining order on cuts has been extended while a judge decides whether to block the Trump order while the court cases play out. Currently, 3 lawsuits have been filed. Thanks for watching. Tune into TV9 and KCRG.com for the latest updates and breaking news.